You know, I gotta say, I was a bit surprised when I caught wind that they were going to be making a feature-length film for Blame. It caught me off guard mainly because of just how complex the source material was. Created during the cyberpunk era, what with The Matrix being huge, Blame is just one of those mangas I can never finish. The panels were always so cluttered with action that it always left me confused, but how could such an incoherent story be translated to film? Well, first I'll fill you in on the story. Thousands of years into the future, humanity has been forced into hiding due to the machines having taken over the world. Taking refuge in the city, as they say it, a group of Ravengers find Keely, a cybernetic being whose only goal seems to be taking down the machines. However, even if it came out a year earlier, it heavily resembles a lot of The Matrix. Honestly, I really found the movie to be meh. It's completely done in that CG style that the Berserk reboot is done in, and I'm really not a fan of it. I understand why they use it, there are a lot of complicated scenes and stunts done in it, but at times it really takes you out of the story with its choppy animation. Many times when a character is walking, I can count the frames as they move. This isn't necessarily new for anime, but it is a lot more noticeable here. If they had done it in the style of those Final Fantasy movies, it may have been a lot more smoother and probably have elevated the story. But with it being a Netflix movie, I guess I shouldn't complain. The story, as I said earlier, isn't all that new, with the exception of a few things, including the blood type Keely needs to finish his mission, but that seems to be sidetracked later on. The action is pretty standard, there isn't really anything to write home about. Keely has a cool gun that shoots a deadly laser, but he only uses it so often. The villains are also very plain and standard, and they never really seem that threatening to me. Plus, everyone's design in this, including the villains, are just so boring that it all left me unimpressed. They seem to try to get you to care for the characters at times, but their dialogue seems forced just to give them heart, but you don't really get the feeling for any of them. Plus, every time one of them is killed, they nearly brush their deaths off, or just briefly mention it without caring. So would I recommend this new Netflix animated film? Not really. I wouldn't say I hated it, but there was a lot that they could have done with it and didn't. And with a crazy source material like this one's, it's a real shame. If you want to give the manga a try, then do it. But maybe skip this and watch You're Next. I really like You're Next. I'm Kaiju Max, and I'll see you next time.